pay emer asosen sema ya bo ano efie maimu ne ninia ebesom wo se KFM TV News aseda kese enko enfama talent microfinance and talent for edisika ho edwuma enu nti ope baby edo sika esie ma wo ha obiamba ho a for any etwemu e talent microfinance hope anom betimi ahwe wo sika so amma oma o ha obia emba ho sa enso so ana KFM Musical Center enso ese upe baby ato instrument ama ubo a ebetwe nipadom abawa so na se wo program no ebetimi ayede ya KFM Musical Instrument o maso ekese no ewo Accra Zongole na nti anopai ubetimi edweni atwim wo ho na wakoji instrument bi a opese combo guitar microphone speaker bi bia no a efa music no okwa KFM Musical Center wonsa ebetimi aka bi ewo ho dadaba tech hub enso eton phones ene ho accessories bia womo ewo kaneshi takwa station nche ho na eho ana dadaba tech hub womo ewo womo ton phones bia say Infinix, iPhone, Tecno, Samsung, Itel, Yam phone bia opebia no okwa dadaba tech hub obenye bi ewo ho eho accessories no so bibia eho charger battery bibia efa phone so no okwa dadaba tech hub womo so womo ebe show kama nyume komiensa we ana anope womo ebo ye chidoma yede anopa nisi yede ebe somwo ewo KFM TV so asida kese enko enfama wa utu TV ho a wo hwe KFM TV News na no pensem no die dimo akotini ebi enese mampani John Dramani Mahama ne ministers no emu ensia de ade endedue yaje womo atum sa enso so anna dom kuma a womo ewo mahibedwafie enso de nsem bi abetudwa mo chemse article 463 no Ghana mampani John Dramani Mahama ade a webu so ewo mahibedwafie ye de adwadie nsem enso de brewo anope ya CEO fofra womo no de ama Ghana Cocoa Board ora Randy Abe wono ana mampani John Dramani Mahama no de ama Cocoa Board ya de nigede nsem enso ebeka ho amo Molly National Park no jifa gomashi chemu se ehia investment a esuye papa ye bedomo asuko de amawo anope weni nsem ene afoforo pia anope yabo ano a ye de ebesomo se KFM TV News anope edi a meje so ene Maame Esi Nkrumah ye twa ho sima abaye ba ye be hye nsem na se de amawo. Kwaba edamasisa no pe muguso a ehwe KFM TV News Mikai wo se news yi etwego ewe abe fonten tam videos Facebook any YouTube KFM TV ginche no ntia no pe ubetimi akoho na wakohwe bi na wa share na wa like na ode wa dwenche enso ade gu ase amai kama sa opese wo hwe wa dwen ewo news ho a ubetimi ade afaye abe fonten tam videos no WhatsApp 0246239070 0246239070 na odi wadwenche no so edi afa ho amaye kama ye hye nsem na se edi ama anopedia dom kuma a wo mo ewo mahibedwafie MP a wo kan kwe central owura Patrick ya boama na wodi nsem bi abetudwa wodi ko edi ama mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wo chim se Ghana mran Ghana constitution no woko article 463 a wo mo chim se obeyi ministers ahodo bi wo se utimi de to state no anima na se mahibedwafo no utimi de to mo na obom nkaye ne no ana mo chim se mampeni John Dramani Mahama wo yi nkrofo bi a wentimi amfa wa momu enye ho mpopoye bia no ana ura ya aboama chemu se sa article no John Dramani Mahama de webuso de amagana foina yente ne nsem bia wode etudwa.
Ministerial portfolios were in accordance with Article 78 of the Constitution. Some appointments to state-owned companies or entities were founded under their enabling act. We realized as a minority that there was a release from the office of the president dated the 21st of January 2025. And the president listed the following appointees: Mrs. Joyce Bawa Mutari, Presidential Advisor and Special Aide to the President; Stanley Dogbe, Deputy Chief of Staff Operations; Nana Oye Bampo, Deputy Chief of Staff Administration; Seth Emmanuel Tekpe, Presidential Advisor on the Economy; Professor Francis Dodu, Presidential Advisor, National Anti-Corruption Program; Larry Bevro Latte, I'm sure he's Colonel, an officer of the Army; Special Envoy to the Alliance of Sahelian States; Nanaya Jantua, Presidential Staffer; Beatrice Anamfio, Presidential Staffer; Shamima Muslim, Deputy Presidential Spokesperson; Professor Kweku Danso Buafo, Cabinet Secretary. What is the problem of the minority? In the spirit of our Constitution, Act 463 was enacted. That is the Presidential Office Act of 1993, one of the first acts that was established by the Parliament of Ghana to give effect to the functioning of the office of the president. And let me read a long title of the act to you for the benefit of your reportage. An act to establish the presidential office to provide for staff for the president and vice president, to provide for their functions and for related purposes. Attention to section 4.1 of the act. And with your kind permission, journalists and friends of the media, I'll read. The president shall, acting in consultation with the Council of State, appoint such persons as he considers necessary to hold office as presidential staff in the office. The interpretation section of the Act defines office to mean office of the president and vice president, and presidential staff to mean persons appointed under section 4.1 of this act. Section 4.1 states that the president shall appoint such officers in consultation with what? The Council of State. We as a minority believe that the president has acted in breach of this act, or the provisions of Act 463. And we are requesting of the president to kindly withdraw this letter and act in consultation with the Council of State, which is not in place. At best, this letter could have been issued with a paragraph to state that these appointments are being made pending the composition of the Council of State, and that they will be regularized in conformity.
ɛno nti nsɛm wei ana onumonyamfo Patrick Yalboama editu dwa emra wɔn ne mampani anase wɔn ne NDC NPP amenyo konu nia ehya ye kɔnsɛm foforɔ mu ɛde amamodia ɛyɛ mampani John Dramani Mahama ne ministerial appointment a we bi dodo na wɔn ekopie mu ɛwɔ vetting committee n'anim no endrada January bosumine da ɛtɔso eduonu mmienu ɛwɔ afimpini ne eduonu enum emu anna wo mo swery eye ministers be say nsia e wo mrahye wo mo etwem say minister for education unyamfo Haruna Idriso endo ada wo mo swery ne say minister for education sa enso so ana minister for finance Dr. Kisel Atoforsen, minister for energy and green transition John Jenapo ana attorney general ene minister for justice Dr. Dominic Enyini ayene saa enso so ana mo twem say Govins Kwame Agboja enso minister for roads and highways ana Ora Eric Opoko enso minister for food and agriculture eno nti saa nkrofo nsia we ana endo ada yesuero mu in ewo Ghana ha yeyi omu say womo ana omu ye ministers a womo ewo ma saa dibra we am bobo so no womo ana ndedwe yesuero mu yenkwa ma hyebedwafe ne enkohwe mra sueri ni no ekoso ni bi.
We now move to the oath of a minister of state, and it follows the same pattern. I, having been appointed Minister of State of the Republic of Ghana, do in the name of the Almighty God swear that I would at all times well and truly serve the Republic of Ghana in the office of Minister of State, and that I will uphold, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana as by law established, and that I will, to the best of my judgment, at all times, when required, freely give my counsel and advice for the good management of the public affairs of the Republic of Ghana, and that I will not directly or indirectly reveal any matters that shall come to my knowledge in the discharge of my duties and committed to my secrecy as Minister of State. So help me God. Now you take the oath of secrecy, and it follows the same pattern, but this time you mention the office that you have been assigned to. So I, holding the office of, do in the name of the Almighty God swear that I will not directly or indirectly communicate or reveal to any person any matter which shall be brought under my consideration or shall come to my knowledge in the discharge of my official duties, except as may be required for the discharge of my official duties or as may be specially permitted by law. So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. You may kindly resume your seats. Well, at this stage, we come to the presentation of instruments of appointment to the ministers who have just been sworn in. And His Excellency will do the presentations. So it's in the same order that I mentioned earlier. Honorable Dr. Kasiel Atuba Forsen, the Minister of Finance, will take his first. Honorable John Abdullah Jinapo will take his turn.
Enunti Endrada Anna Ghana Mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Esweri sa Minister si na omo ebebo edwuma ye pa ewo my Ghana say na was swearing in nimuno ana wodi nsem we ekoma Minister for Finance Dr. Kesel Atufos na awojum say se si a wobeye minister ana se oswafo a wo hwe Ghana yesika sem se wo my ha no Ghana foi na hwe ne so obema Ghana yesi di no edina ne na so na wasan ama Ghana inflation no akofom ye papa di amaye esan se Ghana for ehwe nim so obebo ne ho ban ana so obebo ne ho modern ama Ghana economy no etimi ejina ne nan so ye pa yenti esem bia eye mampani John Dramani Mahama editor Dr. Kesel Atoforsen enim ewo mahye ho
national life, especially economy and the energy sector. In economy, the people of Ghana are looking up to you, Dr. Forsen, to reduce inflation and make life more affordable, reduce the cost of living. They're looking up to you to bring our debt level to sustainable, to bring our national debt to sustainable levels. They're looking to you to stabilize our currency, and they're looking to you to rein in the deficits so that we can achieve macroeconomic stability.
no ana osan edin semwe ekoma energy minister onmonyafo John Jinapwa a wochem se ono so Ghana for ehwe nenim se obema ye nyina menkane ho nsem no etimi ejina ne nan so ye papa edi amai se ne be ya dum so bia enkoba o my Ghana esan se Ghana for ehwe nim se ono so obebu edwuma edi ama obibia yentie mampani ensem no ebi.
Council, I just want to pick up on where my good friend from Commander ended. And growing up, you would hear Operation Feed Yourself. You hear eat what you grow and grow what you eat. In recent times,
Yet one semne so edi amamodia minister designate for trade, agribusinesses and industry Maame Elizabeth Ofosu Ajare na wone so edi nsembi abetudwa wochem se wono de wobebo ne homodin ama made in Ghana goods no we promoting ye papa edi amobibia ewo my Ghana ha yentie ne nsembi a Maame Elizabeth Ofosu Ajare edi tudwa.
Council, I just want to pick up on where my good friend from Commander ended. And growing up, you would hear Operation Feed Yourself. You hear eat what you grow and grow what you eat. In recent times, we've had our import bill of sugar and other food items rising so high. Again, the NDC manifesto clearly stipulates an agenda of made in Ghana. And for me, this is one surest way of curtailing some imports to the system. How would you help promote the made in Ghana agenda? Thank you.
Thank you very much. If we eat what we grow, our imports will come down. And so if a lot of people were eating yam like I do, the importation of rice will come to a barest minimum. If they enjoy plantain fufu like I do, then the importation of other products will come down. And so we are going to encourage ourselves to eat what we grow. You've also spoken about the promotion of made in Ghana goods. I'm excited to tell you that when I was Ghana's Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, I did this big time. I promoted made in Ghana goods in Ghana and out of Ghana. Anytime we did our fairs, I invited some industry players to come with me to showcase what we have as a country. I'll even do it better and on a larger scale when I'm giving the nod to become Ghana's Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry. But I'll also encourage Ghanaians to wear what we produce, to patronize made in Ghana goods. If that happens, again, our importation of some of these foreign things will be minimal. I thank you.
Warning semuno ana wasan edit to dwa wo chem se won de obebo ne homodin ama transparency and efficiency aye dwuma ye pa e wo my Ghana sesi a wo modin no besi so se eye trade minister e wo my mo no obebo ne homodin aye dwuma e de ama bibia ye san tie ne nsem no ebio.
Council, I just want to pick up on where my good friend from Commander ended. And growing up, you would hear Operation Feed Yourself. You hear eat what you grow and grow what you eat. In recent times, we've had our import bill of sugar and other food items rising so high. Again, the NDC manifesto clearly stipulates an agenda of made in Ghana. And for me, this is one surest way of curtailing some imports to the system. How would you help promote?
Ebusia for ye gina sansem we so na ye twa ye ho sima abaye ba ye beto ansem ne so edi amamu.
Edo benami Ghana duko du ajakle ho duko kata. Nye chonya nye adevena micho Talent Microfinance Limited gajadopa. Nye wana susu savings, adishie, school buafo, cashback, ple bubwa okata. Nenyebe egajom demi agbo la letie tomegbeko ateun aho gadodo. Kenenyebe egajom vivi la nenyebe ohigahia ola ateun ava de ogai kene hiafa.
Nenyebe mi foncho mi afa jom yo kenye mi afa gadodo nyawa. Business loan elemiashi, church finance elemiashi, salary loan elemiashi, eye bubu oli kenye personal loan. Nenyebe mi foncho business loan a enye gadodo ikemye nana asichalao. Nenyebe washigba keke alum eleswe we talent. Ni pepegede nwo nenye wo shigba lesua na woge wo kekegede ji to talent promo no nenye be ni fonchu mi afa salary loan a enye gado mo mi ke mi vuna mi afa jirudu dola nke ga nyu he ya talent wo payslip to bank statement ye kwenye nwi hia o na kokko ho salary loan le rate mi to keke akeji church financier personal loan va nenye habobo masoli hama eji fufofo sankuo jitao olila ashibobwe kekeake nye flegeno na nohem v choji nto jinwade wale kwereka mpopo kaiga nyuhe ya talent kuna pohe ya ole chagbagba do tare talent bena wo gado monwa anobobwe nami akpenami
etibe ya nyafi ke talent la
Talent Microfinance Jengo Amegan Shipe Ape Letina Tejipo Hotame
miape kapomoye nye 050-129-1298 alo 050-128-9119 talent oga kwamanu kwanta
Talent Microfinance, your channel of wealth.
Ebusiafo yegusua edamase esan emama kwaba ediba KFM TV so mekai wo se news etwego ewe abefo ntentam video so Facebook any YouTube KFM TV GH enu ntigbetimi akoho na wakohwe bi ne wa share na wa like na wo de wadwenche so edi eguase amai kama ubetimi so aseni message ewe WhatsApp ne so number no 0246 2390700 0246 23970 now do adwenche and so afa ho e de amaye kama mmere ne so a ye beken kai ni nia e de amamo ye to ansem ne so e de amamo dia eye Maame Elizabeth eye ofosu ejare an egusu a ye woni nsemi mu na ye ni se minister designate for trade na wodi nsem bi atudwa wo chem se nkunimde ekoma no be ye minister e wo my Ghana ha eye industries ahodo bi a emma ewom no anase mba wo mo ankasa ebie wo mo industry no wo chem se incentive dodo na ene beko edi amo se ne be ya ebetimi ejinje omo na imprempi na wo mo abo ejuma ede aboa wo my Ghana yente ni nsem bi a wo de etudwa.
It is the dream of Excellency John Dramani Mahama to implement the Affirmative Action Act. There is going to be a policy on women at the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness, and Industry. The whole idea is to promote women to upskill what they do in the industry so that we can find a lot of women at the top of industry. It is tried learning that women have not gone that high. And so there will be clear-cut policies to ensure that this happens. One, we will deal with access to capital. Two, we will deal with mentoring. The fact that we say there are not too many women at the top means that there are some there anyway. So there'll be a mentoring program that allows them to mentor young entrepreneurs to come up and also scale up. There will also be incentives for industry that have a lot of women or women-led industry. Fortunately, we have the Women Bank coming up. This is also going to cushion women. The Women's Bank basically is a bank that is set up to help women. The beauty of the bank is that only women work in that bank. I keep on saying, and to wait. If somebody will beat you to cry, it will not be the same way as you have decided to cry. Women know women's problem. And so all Women's Bank, we know our problems, we know our strength, we know our weaknesses, we know how far we hold our hands and go together. So the implementation of the Women's Bank program will also help women in industry to thrive. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, you are entitled to a follow-up question.
Honorable nominee, I didn't hear you touch on the persons with disability. What form of support are they going to get through the informal sector? There are a number of them that I work with, and they're into production of different kinds of things, but they do not have support. So can we hear something on that? Thank you.
Same way Anna Maame Elizabeth Ofosu Ajare editudwa watchem se Mampeni John Dramani Mahama affirmative action bill no wo be bone homoden ahyemo kena wo my Ghana se ne be ya ebebie akonya bebre na de ama mba wo mo wo my Ghana ha ya to ansem ne so de ama odi Maame Agnes na momulate enso minister designate for children for gender, children and social protection. Now no so the abetudwa watchim se a the break say we aquaman wo be hwe abodwuma wo my Ghana watch say bia ya enoma ba ku mienu bi ankoyi wo ho no obebo ne homodi ama Ghana mra no etimi ahwe na o maso sa no mani nia no de ama wo bibia wo man mu yenti ensem bia Maame Agnes na momulate editudwa.
And the biologically males is that your ministry tend to focus on the biologically female issues to our neglect. Will you consider a policy change that your programs from the gender ministry also take into consideration issues concerning us? Yeah, especially us. Thank you. Especially those of us who are beaten at home.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think I can sum up the Affirmative Action Act as a corrective measure. And so where there's an imbalance, whether it is skewed towards men or skewed towards women, whoever is disadvantaged, I believe that the Act is going to support with proper implementation to correct it. So you have no fears at all. Thank you.
It's amongst us men, the biologically males, is that your ministry tend to focus on the biologically female issues to our neglect. Would you consider a policy change that your programs from the gender ministry also take into consideration issues concerning us? Yeah, especially us. Thank you. Especially those of us who are beaten at home.
Thank you.
Maame Agnes na momo late enso ensemo award to Janie. Woye Minister Designate for Gender, Children and Social Protection. Once and from no eye NDC amenyoko no for ebi enso edin senvi abetudwa wo mode kwama eye impenifo ahodo bia wo mo nyankopon aboama eye mampeni John Dramani Mahama ayomo anase wa nominate omo awamomo eye ministerial appointment dodo na wo hwemu se asade brewe etimi akwa momo no wo mo homode na omonye adwuma na wo montwe omo ho enfri katahye ene proye meche corruption bia ebeba be form akwam no wo montwe omo ho enfrem se ne be ya NDC amenuko no edimpa na edomo so no sa edin no ebetimi ejina ho ediamom esanse so omo ye bibi na ese party ne din a eno eyade bia ebeye nimguase kese ediama ye mampene John Dramani Mahama ene eye NDC party ni nia yentensem bia womo edi etudwa
Muzi no muzi ye na abom kakraja mitimi nkyere onipa yi enanu ya ene edi ne si akonyan so ena afi na aban bi aso ba ese woto na yiyi ministers a woni on be adwuma nipa abwa party ne doso nipa so wodi dia edoso itese wanto bo no ansapam ya afi be wi ase no akoyi nipa wodi adwuma ma no kura ontumi yo na mi hu ni MPP for ajaye ni mu ena obaye eno mo bon ntem eno onye bisi ena no ya odi kande edin yensa tudwa na minority leader no complain say ade no odi yensa ba o se odi 60 ena sisi na fa ho ben onipa no oye na bia ese oto no bo na oyo mese o mapani Mahama se mo nti no o mo ka no na wo mo obo besi o enso a anko mo che Ghana forma o mo nyedi na Mahama to no bo no yi wo mo a oni o ye adwuma na ebebua na ba no ebitumpo amanchise papa o bi ba na bo Ghana for no watu na fi ma sanso asre MPP for no se o mewu a o mo mani kom amnem na o mo nya sade eye too early oboni ka bi se eye too early eye tem se o mo be fi sabri abremu NDC aban atuzu NDC aban so o sade a Ghana for etio mi na be se baby o mo serious e se di pa no on setting aban wi afei na o setting aban na de be bio ene yitumi ma no kwan na onje na nye kama enti ye be se President Mahama se dodo na leta nachi onye no se ye be ya be yi na ma se ase ye party for no se ye nya botre ye nyina nim se ye do so chen enuma na ewo ho na se ye penko for yo enti ye nyina ni bi nya ba bi agira na mo nya me bua na onyo ku bi nya bi pa ne kese se onu se ntia ye onyo ku ya bodi din ntia ye enti eye den ya ye cha ebe so o me nya kwanya ye tumi abom abaso abom di edidi bia ma wo no o mo kan hi aban ye twam ho no ye ma Ghana for epo wo mo ko ye sade ni bio ye mfa obuo e ma ye ho ye mfa didi e ma Ghana for ye kan hu se ye yense ye me ye o ma ni ye no obi nya ahoto indicata se proye kankan eni adede ye fi yakwem na ye nya dwumaden na mua ema aban etumi nya edimpa ama yɛsa kɔ anim sɛ Ghana front to abama yɛ bio a ɔma se ato ama ɛkora ma akyɛn nea yɛnya yɛ ɛm sɛ futu a mewɔ de ma ministers na ɛne wɔn a yɛ appoint wɔn no wɔn hwɛ yie na wɔn nyɛ adwuma no na wɔn fɛ hyɛ Mahama anuonyam ɛne NDC party no anuonyam mewɔ ahyɛ mu so sɛ yɛse ɛhunu bi penti ɛna ɛma aboa sewa odi ne bagua na wɔyi n'ani asi nkyɛn binom sɛ wɔn nyinaa ni na wɔn nso bɛyɛ ade pa ɛbɛboa party.
Eno ntie futu a eye pape ede kwama NDC amenyuko no ne titiu ene ministers ahodo amampani John Dramani Mahama eyi omo ewo my Ghana ha no ye ko nsɛmfofom a eye speaker of parliament eye Kingsford Alban Somalia Bagbin enso ede abetudwa wochim sɛ eye LGBTQ+ nsɛm a ekoso ewo my Ghana ha no wa beche ese wono de sɛ ekwan bi a wɔn bɛfa so asa bill no wɔn bɛpass ewo my Ghana ha ya de a wɔn ebefa saa ekwan empo sɛ ebetimi akosti wɔn yie papa emfa ho ene sɛnea ebetimi akosti wɔn yade a wɔn bɛbɔ wɔn ho mmɔden sɛ LGBTQ+ nsɛm yi wɔn bɛhwɛ na wɔn aso ano ɛwɔ my Ghana no nti nsɛm wei ɛyɛ speaker of parliament Kingsford Alban Somalia Bagbin ana wɔde atudwa akɔ amobibia ɛwɔ my Ghana ha sɛ obibia entime kuchu na LGBT nsɛm no ɛyade a Ghana fo na wɔn ɛbɛhwɛ na mpenifo a wɔn ɛwɔ mmarahyɛbadwafie no wɔn asa ano ɛde ama obibia yɛkɔ nsɛm foforɔ mu ɛde ama wɔn anɔpɛ yi ɛyɛ National Deputy Public Relations Officer ɛde ma Ghana Private Road and Transport Union ɛyɛ Samuel ɛyɛ amoa na ɔno nso ɛde nsɛm bi abɛtudwa wɔkyɛm sɛ ɛyɛ mampani John Dramani Mahama ne bɔhyɛ ahodoɔ a wɔhyɛ Ghana for ɛsɛ ɛyɛ rotos ahodoɔ no a NPP amenyuko ne bae wɔn bɛyi efiri wɔn my Ghana ha mampani John Dramani Mahama ekyem sɛ wɔba na wɔsan de aba no wɔkyem sɛ sɛsi a wɔsan de aba no hwɛ no wɔn afa mba keke ne mmom wɔn nhyɛ mu kena nneɛma bi a wɔsɛ wɔn tumi ɛde ka ho na etumi yɛ effective ɛwɔ man mu no wɔn ɛmbɔ wɔn ho mmɔden na wɔn nyɛ ne nyinaa ɛmfa ma wɔn yɛntie nsɛm bi a papa yi ɛde to dwa yɛkɔ nsɛm foforɔ mu ɛde amamode a endedwe abeto dwa sɛ ɛyɛ 15-year boy bi ne ho nsɛm ana endedwe abeto dwa mo kyɛm sɛ sɛsi ade mo de ne kopim ɛwɔ wasa ateku a ɛwɔ western region ɛyɛ mentimi ho ase bi ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ hɔ no ɛno ɛnam so ama sɛsi ade abemu ano ade a wɔ bato ɛde ɛwɔ ne life ho yie papapa video no ana etwego ɛwɔ yɛ abɛfo ntintin afide no so a wɔn ɛkyɛm sɛ sɛsi ade wɔn ɛgye sika ano so yie papapa na wɔn ahwɛ na wɔn akɔ no ɛmoa ɛwɔ my Ghana ha sei ebusuafoɔ yɛ gyina sansɛm wɔ so na yɛtwa yɛn ho sima abayɛ ba yɛbɛkɔ edwadie nsɛm emu. Yademo eko edwadie ensemudia abeto dwase eye Ghana mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Dr. Ransford Anate eye abe wono anawa appointing as acting chief executive officer edima Ghana Cocoa Board na womo echem sesesi a wono ana wo beye penny a wo beda Ghana Cocoa Board ano nankai bowe eye General Busmeni da etoso eduonu baako ewa fimpini ne eduonu enum emu ana mampeni John Dramani Mahama editu dwa wo betimi appoint papa yi amutwem se na be ya eye Ghana yekoku nsem no ebetimi egina ne nan so edi ama yenti ana wo mu eyi eye sa papa yi se wono anom behwe ema Ghana yekoku nsem no ebetimi egina ne nan so brane edi ama yenti krata eye mampeni John Dramani Mahama edi betu dwa no eno ana etwegu ewo wo screen so asesi a wono ana obeye acting eye chief executive director edema Ghana Cocoa Board. Yeguswa ewo eye edwadie ensem dia eye minister designate for tourism, eye culture and creative arts eye Maame Esi Nkrumah na wono so de nsem bi abetudwa wo chim se sisi a the break say we akwa ama no no ade a wo behwe na wabone homodin yie papa ewo my Ghana se ne be ya Ghana ye tourism ho ensem no ebetimi ejina ne nan so a wo chem se Mole National Park ewo Savannah region no eno so wo mo ebebo wo mo homodin na wo mo disika eso ahyem na wo mo aboa ama Ghana ye tourism no anase ye tourist sector no etimi ejina ne nan so brane de amo bibia esan se eno ene ye no ma bia obi efi aman hodro so ebepiem ewo man Ghana wo behwe na wetimi ama neni agye ewo man Ghana nti so hwe bibi we na enkoyi ewo ye man ma eno ade bia enka edimpa na sembu edimpa emfanfa ye hono nti sesi a yeyi ne se minister for tourism ade a wo bebo ne homodin abo ejuma yie papa de amobi bia ewo man Ghana ha ebusuafo edwade nsem ana ye de abro no ye gina no so na ya da ne ye ho sima abaye ba ye de mu beko enigede ensem emu. Yademo ko enigedie nsemudia eye kofimole a woye rapper ewo my Ghana wo san ebonyum ye papa na nyum de eyade a edutwem ewo my Ghana wo de nsem bi abetudwa wo de ekwamasa akode a wo bone subo se emra wo de na nyum foforo ebetudwa nyum a yato ne din nsem makoma wo de bae no wo tonsa e de fresh sa akode ene P young senka wo mbra na wo mbebo na me music video no wo muntwa ne kama ewo my Ghana koba ne se sakode entimi anyi ne ho adi ewo video shoot na se no anna eye Kofi Mole twemu se eno ade bia aye ne yaye papa esanse wensusu se enka sakode ebetimi aye BBC de akye no eno nti onu de wo twemu se ade a eha no se BBC etimi esi eye nwom ayato ne din se makoma no yentie bi na yemra.
Take me serious, girl. See you again. If I know they bless you, baby, there's something to do to me. And then I'm in limbo. And then I was with me. I face some flower. So make us a down. I face some frown.
For enunti Kofi Mole enwuma watu ne din se makoma no eno bi anna ye bo de chiemo no ye begina ye Kofi Mole nsem so na no pa news no ye dininia aba ewiye de amona no pensem no de edi mo akotini ebi ene se mampani John Dramani Mahama ye ministers be sensia anna wasio mu in ewo mashibedwafie sa enso so anna dom kuma a wo mo ewo mashibedwafie etwemu se mampani John Dramani Mahama Ghana Constitution no Article 460 no ade a webuso ewo oman emu. Yadi edwadie nsem ebremu Dr. Randy Abbey wono ana ni se acting chief executive director edema Cocoa Board ewo my Ghana ha weni jedie nsem so Kofi Mole enso ede nsem bi ebetudwa efa sakodie ehun weni nsem ene afufro p a anope yebo anu ayede ebesom se KFM TV news asida kese confirm talent microfinance and talent for super biaye edu sika esie ma how biamba ho afoni echemu ewo mahye wo mabron san kese no ewo circle hase mantam dunsia no emu edu no wo mu woni ne emu a nsia no wo muguso a wo modin hihye egu kwam se wo mbedru ho edi ama bibia sa enso so na KFM Musical Center enso eto instrument bia opese guitar say combo microphone bibia fa instrument no ukọ KFM call center wonsa ebetimi akabi ewo nti anopa tutumika na kopi mu wakra zongoli na kwaje wo instrument papa dada ba take up enso eton phones ene eho accessories bia wo mo ewo ka neshi eyetakwa station nche ho na eho ana obehu dada ba take up enu nti kɔ na kwaje wo phone bia wo pe ewo ho jumeko miensa we adaroma ana anopa yi wo mo ebo ye chidom ma ye de KFM TV news ye de ebro asida kese enko enfama wo a wotifia wo hwe news si bre bia wo gebre ehwe KFM TV news ye da wasesa enso so ana asida kese enko fama eye production team ni asa no pay wo mo boaye ma news no yetimi edebre wo edin a meje so anope eye Maame Esi Nkrumah yakramina